The game has arrived in reality, and Gu Changa has traveled to a world where everyone has changed jobs. Dungeons, secret realms, and even gods exist in reality. On the day of his job transfer, he did not awaken any profession to become the most useless individual, but obtained the only talent to activate hidden attributes. The basic meditation technique of Rotten Street, which activates hidden attributes and gives him 10 times more free attribute points at the beginning of the game. The most basic fireball technique is comparable to a forbidden curse in his hands, and the most useless individual has become an invincible endorsement. Years later, when the gods of the abyss descended, they looked at his worn-out equipment and mocked him, threatening to destroy this world. He waved his hand and unleashed the most basic fireball technique. Millions of meteorites and fireballs broke through the realm, destroying all the gods. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. Unique Talent. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Qingshan No. 5 Middle School, Playground. Zhao Chuani, awaken a professional warrior. Looking at the faint green light above the burly boy's head, Wu De said listlessly. As the awakener of the professional temple, this student is the worst he has ever seen, and to this day there is not even a rare profession. I'll go, it's a combat profession. I'm so envious, it's much stronger than me, a broken cook. Hey, actually the chef is also good. There is also a chance to transfer to Hell's Ghost Chef in the future. A 9-turn colon will go down, who dares to provoke you? Everyone looked at the awakening formation with anticipation, and today is the day that will determine their future. I hope to awaken a mage. Gu Changa's face remained expressionless, seemingly as stable as an old dog, but in reality, he was also extremely nervous. I have been in this world for 16 years, and finally I have waited for this day. This is a world where everyone can switch jobs, and everyone can awaken to their profession by the age of 16. There are various professions available, including mages, warriors, cooks, blacksmiths, and enchanters. Once you become a professional, your strength and status will undergo earth-shattering changes. But there are also good and bad professions, and combat professions are undoubtedly the most popular. Mo Qing Shui. Upon hearing this name, everyone raised their heads, including Gu Changa. The girl has a delicate face, fair skin like jade, and long hair flowing like a waterfall behind her shoulders, shimmering with a faint silver-white luster. Wearing a light blue robe, the exquisite runes shine brightly in the sunlight. As soon as she appeared, she caught the attention of teenage boys and girls, and she was the school flower Mo Qingshui. Not only is he beautiful, but he is also a top student, and his background is terrifying. The Lord of Qingshan City, the daughter of the 4-turning star mage, is a top-notch genius that is both unattainable and unattainable. Miss Mo. Even Wu De nodded politely when he saw him, his eyes filled with anticipation. The formation was activated, and a gentle white light enveloped her, making her very holy. Wu De smiled all over his face and said, Mo Qingshui, awaken special profession, bright mage. Sleeping trough, bright mage, this is a special mage profession that can milk an output. One person can lead a team. I envy that Master Guangming can transfer to become Grand Master Chenxi and the God of Light. At least he can become a master of the 5 transformations. Stepping down from the stage, everyone looked at Mo Qingshui with envy, while she nodded slightly at Gu Changa. Both are academic achievers, and they have some contact in their daily lives, but their relationship is only average. Sikong Battle, awaken the rare profession Flame Mage. High-necked, awaken rare professional Berserker. After Mo Qingshui, there were 2 more freelance jobs, and Principal Li Mu's face improved a bit. Gu Changa. Upon hearing his name, he walked slowly onto the stage. Everyone's gaze converged on him, even Principal Li Mu had some expectations. After all, this guy is the only commoner academic bully in the school, and his grades are no worse than those of Mo Qingxue and Xikong Zhan. Gu Changde has gone up, I don't know if he will awaken a special profession. It's hard to say, commoners are usually living professions, and I think he's probably quite skilled. Yeah, what about academic achievers? Career awakening doesn't depend on grades. Everyone was discussing, but Gu Changde had already closed his eyes. The colorful divine light enveloped him, and then he felt a strange thing added to his mind. Gu Changde, occupation. Individual, level. 1. Constitution. 4. Magic. 5. Agile. 4. Power. 4. Wisdom. 6. Skill. None. Talent, unique. Empowerment of all things, level 1, which can activate hidden attributes of all things in heaven and earth. Currently, the number of attributes that can be activated for a single target is 1. The only talent. Golden Finger. It can activate the hidden attributes of all things, which is too strong. You should know that the more powerful the equipment and skills, the more precious they are, and money may not necessarily buy them. But for him who can activate hidden attributes, all of this has changed. Even the simplest fireball technique, as long as it can activate powerful hidden attributes, may be even more powerful than a forbidden spell. A regular piece of equipment may even be even more powerful than a divine artifact. However, because he did not awaken his profession, he did not even have the most basic skills. What can be activated now is the basic meditation technique that everyone has. The enlightenment of all things. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for successfully activating the hidden talent of basic meditation. Basic meditation technique equality. Normal, available level. 1. Hidden attribute. Each time the host is upgraded, it gains free attribute points *10. I'll go. 10 times the freedom attribute. Gu Changde is a bit confused. You should know that after upgrading, you can usually get 5 free attribute points. The hidden attribute is 10 times, which means he can gain 50 free attributes for every level he advances. Sleeping trough, this is too strong, isn't it? Moreover, this is only a hidden attribute activated by basic meditation. What about stronger skills and legendary equipment? How powerful the activated hidden attributes should be. What if there is no profession? In front of this only talent, everyone is a younger brother. At this moment, everyone outside was staring at Gu Changde in shock. The golden divine light was stepped on by him, and the colorful glow enveloped him, visible from 10,000 meters away, just like a deity. Sleeping trough, what profession has Gu Changde awakened with such a big commotion? It won't be the only hidden profession, my goodness. Li Mumu was stunned. After living for so long, it was the first time he had seen such a remarkable awakening. This must be a super awesome hidden profession. Whoosh! Several powerful auras appeared one after another, even the deputy lord arrived. Wu De, who presided over the ceremony, was also quite excited, but when he saw the result, his face suddenly turned black. Taking a deep breath, he said calmly, Gu Changde, profession. A casual person. The whole school instantly became incredibly quiet, and the next moment it almost exploded. Sleeping trough. What, scattered person? Isn't this just a lack of profession? Doing half a day is a waste. If there is no awakening profession, it is called a scattered person, and some people say it is a failure of awakening. Because individuals do not have any professional skills and there is no direction for job transfer. In the early stages, you may be able to learn various skills on your own and perform very impressive operations. But in the later stages, it becomes iron waste. It can be said that Gu Changde has lost his future. The Vice Lord glanced at Gu Changde, shook his head, and then left directly with many strong men. I thought I was a genius, wasting time. But to his surprise, this became the most regrettable thing in his life. Everyone's gaze also became very strange, with some disdain, some ridicule, and some regret. At this moment, Gu Chang'e opened his eyes and of course, he noticed everyone's gaze. But he doesn't care. With his talent, it's hard for heaven and earth to tolerate him without becoming a god. Now he doesn't have time to deal with these guys, he needs to upgrade quickly. Did you see that? I just can't bear the blow and just gave up on myself, Joker. Don't worry about him, from now on we will be people from two different worlds. Right, right. Let's hurry up and prepare for tomorrow's dungeon trial. Gu Chang'e probably won't have the face to participate either. Chapter 2. Tenfold Freedom Attribute. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Classmates, today we are opening up beginner dungeons. This is the fastest opportunity for you to upgrade in the early stages. I hope you can seize it. On campus, Li Mu activated the formation and the portal appeared. Each school has a beginner dungeon, designed for newly awakened professionals to quickly upgrade. This is also to prepare for the 7-school joint examination in half a month. Li Mu looked nervously at Mo Qingxue, Xikong Zhan, and Gao Bei, who were likely to be the top 3 fastest leveling dungeons. As for Gu Chang'e, it's just a casual person without a profession. In this life, I only have a level of 10, and changing jobs is enough. There is no potential to speak of, he has long forgotten. Is this the beginner's dungeon? In a forest, Gu Chang'e cautiously looked around and then pulled out an iron sword from his personal space. Iron sword, quality. Black iron, usage level. 1, attribute. Strength +3, a mediocre ordinary iron sword. This is a regular weapon issued by the school before entering the dungeon. However, the attributes of this thing are too spicy, and few people will want it. Most people have prepared weapons in advance. He is an orphan and only lives in an official welfare house. After 3 months of professional awakening, the official will take it back. The enlightenment of all things. The hidden attribute has been activated, a white light that only he could see flashed by, and the iron sword looked unchanged, but its attributes were completely different. Iron sword, quality. Black iron, usage level. 1, attribute 1. Strength +3, an ordinary iron sword, attribute 2. Normal attacks have a 100% probability of causing double damage, a 50% probability of triple damage, a 20% probability of quadruple damage, and a 1% probability of quintuple damage. Gu Chang'e's eyes lit up instantly. This hidden attribute is 6. This means that with every strike of this iron sword, he can deal double the damage. His strength is 4, and the iron sword adds 3 points of strength, which doubles to a minimum of 14 points of damage. This kind of attack is comparable to that of a level 3 warrior. Roar. At this moment, a wild boar suddenly appeared in front of him. Wild boar, level 5, HP 48, skill none. Without hesitation, he swung his sword up. 14 The wild boar also launched an attack on him, but the speed was very slow and he easily avoided it. Oh, isn't this Gu Dashu a bully? I didn't expect it to be so coincidental. At this moment, 3 classmates suddenly appeared. You're playing so slowly, do you need any help? Ha ha ha. Gu Chang'e ignored them and continued to attack the wild boar. Now he is only at level 1, although he has an iron sword, it takes some effort to brush wild boars alone. Therefore, when entering the dungeon, everyone would choose to team up, but he was deliberately ignored by everyone. But it happens to be as he wishes, he won't form a team. As long as you reach level 2, with 10 times the free attribute points, you will definitely take off in one wave. At that time, no one in the entire dungeon will upgrade faster than him. Humph, it's boring, just a piece of wood. Just play like this, when we reach level 5, you will still be at level 1. Little scattered person, how pitiful. After a mockery, the few people who suddenly felt bored also left. Point 14, Ding dong, congratulations on successfully killing the monster wild boar. Experience plus 12. Upgrading to level 2 requires 50 experience, which means you only need to kill about 4 wild boars. With experience, he killed 3 more wild boars in about 10 minutes. Ding dong, congratulations on successfully killing the monster wild boar. Experience plus 13. Ding dong, congratulations on successfully upgrading. Gu Changa, occupation. Individual, level 2, Constitution. 6, Magic. 7, Agile. 7, Power. 7, Wisdom. 8, Free Attribute Point. 50, Equipment. Iron Sword. I'll go, it's really 50 o'clock. Gu Changa couldn't help but get excited. Other people only have 5 free attributes when upgrading, while he has 50. This inappropriate attribute suppression. Just ask who else is there. Without any hesitation, he immediately added an average of 10 points to each attribute. Gu Changa, occupation. Individual, level 2, Constitution. 16, Magic. 17, Agile. 17, Power. 17, Wisdom. 18, Skill. None. It can be said that although he is only at level 2, his attributes may already exceed those of a typical level 5 professional. And this is just the beginning, the gap will only widen in the later stages. He didn't go anywhere else and continued to quickly brush wild boars. After upgrading, the attributes increase and combat experience is gained. He basically takes one sword and kills 10 wild boars in less than 10 minutes, successfully elevating to level 3. If it weren't for the time spent searching for the wild boar, he could have been faster. Ding dong, congratulations on successfully upgrading to level 3. Distribute 50 attributes equally again. His 5 attributes have basically reached 30, and he can brush wild boars faster. Then it took about 15 minutes and successfully reached level 4. The upgrade speed has slowed down. This is because he has basically killed all the wild boars nearby, and it will take an hour to refresh again. He can't wait that long. We need to hunt down stronger wild monsters. Roar. Just as he was about to leave, a wild boar 3 meters long stopped him. Wild Boar King, leader, level 8, health. 310, skill. Savage Rush, Wild Boar King. Gu Changa immediately stopped and couldn't help but laugh. More than 300 blood, if anyone else sees it, they will definitely turn around and run. But for him, it's not a big problem. The key Wild Boar King is a top-level monster with a high probability of exploding equipment. Now he lacks equipment to activate hidden attributes, if he can activate the awesome ones. Take off directly. Boom. At this moment, the Wild Boar King's whole body turned red and rushed towards him. This is a barbaric collision using a skill. Even if a level 10 warrior is hit, they will lose half of their health. Slash. Gu Changa didn't dodge and swung his iron sword, chopping heavily. 240, I'll go, 5 injuries. Gu Changa didn't expect to trigger a 5. Full damage with only a 1% chance, causing the Wild Boar King to lose more than 2/3 of his health and fall into a weak state. Taking advantage of your illness and taking your life, Gu Changa quickly added another sword. 240, sleeping trough, 5 consecutive times. Gu Changa was dumbfounded. This luck is a bit against the sky. Ding dong, congratulations on successfully killing the Wild Boar King. Experience plus 45. Although he had a lot of experience, he didn't care much and instead looked straight at the body of the Wild Boar King. A burst of white light flickered, and his eyes suddenly lit up. Shipped. Chapter 3. You're blocking my baby. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Looking at the skill book released by the Wild Boar King, Gu Changa smiled. Fireball technique, level First level, Introduction. Using magic to cast fireballs can cause flame damage to enemies. Casting time. 1 second, magic cost. 1 CD. 10 seconds. Fireball is one of the basic skills of a mage's profession after awakening. Not to mention the bad streets, but mages are really skilled. But in his hands, perhaps he can become different. The enlightenment of all things. Ding dong, the hidden attributes of Fireball have been activated. Fireball technique, level. First level, Introduction. Using magic to cast fireballs can cause flame damage to enemies. Casting time. 1 second, magic cost. 1 CD. 0 seconds. What? He instinctively rubbed his eyes, almost thinking he was mistaken. The CD of Fireball technique surprisingly changed from 10 seconds to 0. That is to say, as long as his magic is enough, he can even instantly fire tens of thousands of fireballs. He now has 43 magic points, which means he can instantly release 43 fireballs. You should know that the power of fireball magic is very strong. 43 fireballs stacked together, but it can be said that no one can stop them under 2 turns. And he's only at level 4. Don't forget, he upgrades 10 times his attribute points each time. That is to say, even with an average bonus, he can release at least 10 more fireballs for every level he reaches. He no longer knows how strong he is. Killing the Wild Boar King did not upgrade him, as higher levels require more experience. Upgrading to level 5 requires 700 experience points, and low-level monsters provide too little experience. It seems like we need to go deep into the dungeon to find high-level wild monsters. Although it is a beginner dungeon, there are also powerful monsters and even 5 bosses inside. After killing, not only can you explode treasures, but you can also receive special rewards. Of course, this is very dangerous, as these newly awakened professionals mostly brush wild boars and mushroom monsters on the periphery. There are still people who have been eliminated. After all, while being killed in a beginner's dungeon may not result in death, it can also be teleported, losing the valuable opportunity for rapid upgrades in the early stages. However, for Gu Chang'e, this is not a problem. After dozens of fireball spells, the boss also has to lie on the board. Wild Wolf Ridge is one of the dangerous areas in beginner dungeons. Even if it's just an ordinary wild wolf, its level has reached 8. Pull hatred, come on. Mage, what are you doing? Use fireball technique quickly. Warrior, carry the damage. Shooter, output quickly. As soon as he arrived at the edge, Gu Chang'e saw several people being surrounded by a wild wolf. Wild Wolf, level 8, health 210, skill. Bite, can cause continuous health loss damage to enemies. Wild wolves have high damage and fast speed, making them a nightmare for novice professionals. This team of 5 is about to be annihilated by a wild wolf. It's them. Gu Chang'e immediately recognized that 3 of them were classmates he had met before. However, after all this time, it's only level 2, and the other 2 are still level 1 warriors and level 3 warriors. One who blames you all. Why do you say that working together can kill wild wolves? It's okay now, we have to eliminate them all. What do you mean? You said it too. You can take on the wild wolf at level 3 alone, otherwise we won't come back. Several people were continuously bleeding, and the wild wolf was not in a hurry to kill them, but instead started playing. Stop making noise, look, someone is coming. Who? A few people suddenly had hope in their hearts. If geniuses like Mo Qingxue or Sea Aerial Battle came, they might even be able to crush the wild wolf together. Damn it, it's Gu Chang'e. It's over. It's useless for him to come alone. Humph, just now we saw that we couldn't even defeat wild boars. Now we must still be at level 1. Seeing Gu Chang'e, their last hope disappeared, and their eyes gradually dimmed. It seems that they can only be eliminated. Hey, Gu Changa, what are you doing here? At this moment, they found that Gu Changa had actually walked over. You want to be eliminated, hurry up and go help us call for a helper. Go away. However, no matter what they said, Gu Changa still walked over. Seeing Gu Changa approaching, the wild wolf playing suddenly turned its head and rushed towards him at a very fast speed. He didn't panic either, he immediately released the fireball technique, which happened to be enough to test the power of hidden attributes. Humph, what's the use of fireball technique? This fool wouldn't think fireball could kill a wild wolf, would he? I guess he has learned a new skill and his confidence has expanded. Who made him a scattered person? It's all so pitiful. Everyone looked at each other, and a bright light flashed in their eyes. Regardless of him, let's go quickly. Anyway, he will be eliminated sooner or later. Yes, let's go. However, before the 5 of them could turn around, they all stared blankly at the sky and stopped in place. Dozens of basketball-sized fireballs fell from the sky like meteorites, and the sky was dyed red. The next moment, the wild wolf let out a mournful cry and was instantly engulfed by dozens of fireballs. Ding dong, successfully killed the wild wolf, level 8, experience plus 45. On the open ground, a large pit several meters deep was shocking, flames kept burning, and the surroundings were in chaos. The wild wolf, who had just arrived and almost eliminated them all, was now lying in a pit, dead and unable to die anymore. Whoosh! A white light flashed by, and a light blue staff floated in the deep pit. Explosive equipment. The 5 of them suddenly lit up their eyes, but the next moment they all stared at Gu Changa in amazement. Is this fireball technique? They looked bewildered, although they didn't have much knowledge, they had also seen the fireball technique. How could it be so awesome? Dozens of fireball spells can be instantly cast, and even a second-turn mage cannot do it. No, isn't he a scattered person? How could he instantly cast dozens of fireball spells? I got it, don't forget his colorful divine light when he awakened. He must be a hidden profession, but our school's awakening array is too spicy to detect. Right. In an instant, all 5 of them looked at Gu Changa with admiration, feeling that he was a hidden profession. Gu Shuaba, thank you. If it weren't for you, we would all have been eliminated. Thinking of this, the 5 of them immediately walked forward and said enthusiastically, even pleasing. Gu Datian, you're so amazing. You're making people so excited. The only girl also deliberately leaned over to him and whispered in her throat. Can you bring us along and team up with us? You're really amazing, you're so handsome. Gu Changa remained expressionless, picked up the magic wand that had popped out of the ground, and smiled as he looked at the girl. Sorry, you're blocking the light of my precious wand. Can we go over there? Chapter 4. Love Brain Rich Woman. You are listening at novelfull.audio. What are you saying? The girl looked incredulous, glanced at the snow-white mark on her chest, and then at Gu Changa. I said you move away. I'm not interested in teaming up with you. Why? 5 people asked at the same time. Hee, I'm upgrading too slowly, I'm afraid I'll drag you back. At this moment, a white light flashed by, and he had reached level 5. Level 5, level 5. 5 people widened their eyes and looked incredulous. Gu Changa is actually at level 5. You should know that last year's 24-hour dungeon record was at level 6. It's only been an hour since the dungeon started, and Gu Changa has actually reached level 5. However, they also began to feel a sense of embarrassment. At first, they thought that Gu Changa's level was too low. Now it seems that the clown is actually myself. Leaving the 5 of them, Gu Changa arrived at the depths of the Wild Wolf Ridge and eagerly took out his staff. Deep blue staff, quality. Silver, usage level. 5. A staff from the deep sea, which increases the power of magic, level 1, by 5% after use. Looking at the staff in his hand, Gu Chang'e was very satisfied. In this world, equipment levels are divided into black iron, bronze, silver, gold, diamond, epic, and golden legend. Even the most ordinary silver equipment costs at least hundreds of thousands. The enlightenment of all things. Ding dong, the hidden attribute of the deep blue staff has been activated. Hidden attribute. Use first. Order magic to reduce mana consumption by 90%. 90%. Although limited to level 1 magic, I also want to be a pervert. You should know that Fireball requires 1 mana, reducing it by 90% means that 1 mana can release 10 Fireball spells. He currently has a total of 56 magic points at level 5, which means he can instantly release 560 Fireball spells. This. Don't talk about others, even he himself feels a bit abnormal. 560 fireballs will go down, and anyone will be blinded. It's so strong that it won't let anyone live. And this is just a silver staff. After all, the more powerful the attributes themselves are, the more powerful the activated hidden attributes are. If it's a legendary staff, then the hidden attributes are so amazing. Okay, let's set a small goal and start with a legendary equipment. At this moment, a pleasant sound suddenly sounded above my head. Hey! Gu Chang'e, what a coincidence. Looking up, I saw Mo Qingxue standing in the air, covered in snow. White clothes, with pale green wings that were 2 meters long behind her. Dog Tycoon, flying props. Gu Chang'e couldn't help but take a deep breath, and the worst flying props were also at the golden level. Moreover, it is more expensive than ordinary gold equipment, and the lowest price outside is several million, which is the kind that is priceless in the market. Even more awakened, I used flying props and looked at the equipment on my body. It was all gold. This is not equipment, it's money. Big School Flower, what's up? Huh, Gu Chang'e, let's form a team. Mo Qingxue wore a faint smile on her face, confident that no one would refuse her invitation. No way. However, Gu Chang'e refused without hesitation. Are you joking? He makes hundreds of fireballs in 1 second, and his experience is like riding a rocket. He's not licking a dog, he looks like a woman can't walk. Why share the experience with Mo Qingxue? Ah. Mo Qingxue was stunned. She was actually rejected. Although she is not arrogant, from childhood to adulthood, she has been coaxed by others and no one will refuse her. Gu Chang'e's decisive refusal naturally surprised her, but it didn't make her angry. No, she needs to find a way to get Gu Chang'e to agree. In fact, she also has her own little tricks in her heart. Just now, she saw Gu Chang'e release dozens of fireballs with her own eyes. Although she didn't know how to do it, it was indeed very strong. Although her light mage is a special profession, her early damage is very low, just a healing spell and sunshine. Although sunshine is a group attack magic, it only has a restraining effect on dark creatures and has a pitiful low damage to general wild monsters. So, now she's only level 2, and if it weren't for her golden equipment, she might have suffered even more. That's why she hopes to team up with Gu Chang'e. Simply put, I hope Gu Chang'e can take her flying. Let's do it this way, 500000. Without any hesitation, Mo Qingxue clicked on her smart card and Gu Chang'e received a notification that her smart card had received 500,000 yuan. Smart cards are available for every professional, capable of trading, chatting, browsing forums, and more. Looking at the 500,000 yuan in his account, Gu Chang'e didn't know what to say for a moment. Is this a rich woman? She can throw money without saying a word. However, I like it. Just as Gu Chang'e was about to agree, Mo Qingxue pulled out another silver pendant. Also, as long as you team up with me, this is also for you. Starry Tears, quality. Gold, available level. Level 1, it is said to be tears formed by fragments of stars. After use, the magic power increases by 10% and the magic recovery speed increases by 10%. Sleeping slot. Looking at the properties of the pendant, he fell silent. If you make a move, it's a golden equipment, at least 1 million yuan. Just give it away as soon as you say you want it. How rich is this guy? He doesn't understand the world of wealthy people. Okay, I agree. It's hard for him to resist the temptation of nearly 2 million. Moreover, Mo Qingxue is still a beautiful woman, and forming a team together is not a disadvantage. Hehe, if you agree, then don't go back on your word. Mo Qingxue quickly threw the pendant to Gu Chang'e, as if afraid that he would regret it. The enlightenment of all things. Ding dong, the hidden attribute of starry tears has been successfully activated. Hidden attribute. First level magic power * 500%. Undoubtedly, it is the golden equipment of Tanyang. The hidden attributes of awakening are really strong. This means that Fireball has 5 times the power, while the magic consumed remains unchanged. Instantly unleashing hundreds of Fireball spells with 5 times the power, perhaps he can really walk horizontally in this novice dungeon. Brushing monsters, there are still 20 hours left, level 18 should be no problem. Upgrading to level 18 can lead to a second career change, although individuals have no direction for career change. In layman's terms, it means that after a job transfer, they are still scattered. However, after changing jobs, he can awaken additional talents, and what he expects more is whether he can activate the hidden attributes of the talents. If possible, there may be some wonderful changes. At this moment, Mo Qingxue suddenly noticed that Gu Chang'e was staring straight at her. She lowered her head and immediately clenched her fist. Hello. Gu Chang'e, what are you looking at? Dama, team up with me, no chattering. You have a big head. Fool. Gu Chang'e looked speechless and said, what I'm looking at is your wings. I don't have any flying props. I'm thinking about what to do. Mo Qingxue's face suddenly turned red, and Gu Chang'e seemed to be looking at his wings. Day by day, what's on your mind? I heard you often watch the domineering god fall in love with me, aren't you a romantic brain? Chapter 5. Phantom Elvis Presley. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Nonsense, I'm not. Mo Qingxue crossed her waist and her face turned even redder. Humph, come up. Wave the staff and slowly flap the wings on your back. Gu Chang'e felt his body light and stood beside Mo Qingxue. He can still fly with people, and this flying prop is probably even more expensive than he thought. There was only one person's distance between the two, and a faint fragrance came. Gu Chang'e couldn't help but take a few more glances. It has to be said that Mo Qingxue is really beautiful. Alright, you control the direction to find the monster, I'll take action. Mo Qingxue looked serious and soon discovered 3 wild wolves. No need to fly low. No need. Waving his hand, the staff in his hand lit up with white light, and then more than 10 fireballs the size of one person fell from the sky. Boom. The entire wild wolf ridge was engulfed by flames. Ding dong, congratulations on successfully killing the wild wolf, level 8, experience plus 40. Ding dong, congratulations on successfully killing the wild wolf, level 9, experience plus 40. In less than a minute, more than 20 wild wolves died instantly because I teamed up with Mo Qingxue. I lost almost 1/3 of my experience. Although it's a team formation, the experience won't be completely evenly distributed. However, even if it was only 1/3, Mo Qingxue still instantly rose to level 2 in a row. I finally reached level 4. She jumped up in excitement and almost knocked Gu Chang'e down. As a special profession, upgrading so slowly is really frustrating for her. Upgrading to level 6 requires 1,000 experiences, but Gu Chang'e is still a bit short. No, it's too slow. You fly faster. Ah. Mo Qingxue is a bit confused, is this still slow? In just a few seconds, she gained hundreds of experiences, several hundred times faster than her. However, she obediently obeyed and immediately accelerated her speed to fly over the Wild Wolf Ridge. Fireball technique. Boom. This time, Gu Chang'e is no longer holding back and is fully unleashing the fireball spell for the first time. Subsequently, hundreds of fireball spells with a diameter of 1 meter spread over the sky of Wild Wolf Ridge, almost without stopping. Ah! Ah! Mo Qingxue widened her eyes and forgot to close her mouth as she watched the scene before her. Ding dong, congratulations on successfully killing the wild wolf, level 8, experience value plus 40. Ding dong, congratulations on successfully killing the wild wolf, level 8, experience value plus 35. Ding dong, congratulations on successfully killing the wild wolf, level 9, experience value plus 38. Experience plus 13, experience plus 12. Listening to the uninterrupted prompts, Mo Qingxue's beautiful face was filled with great shock. At the same time, Gu Chang'e also upgraded and his magic was once again refreshed. So he asked Mo Qingxue to fly with him on the Wild Wolf Ridge again, and also brushed off the mist wild monsters. In less than 2 minutes, this time there were 500 to 600 fireballs. 2 rounds of fireball bombing completely wiped out the monsters in Wild Wolf Ridge. He also successfully rose to level 7, and his attributes were once again improved. Gu Chang'e, occupation. Individual, level 7, constitution. 80 magic. 82, plus 10, agile. 80, power. 83, wisdom. 82, skill. Fireball technique, equipment. Deep blue staff, starry tears. If we add the 10 points of starry tears, his magic reaches 92 points. This is also the fireball spell that can instantly unleash 925-fold power. Unfortunately, the equipment didn't explode. He was unlucky this time and did not refresh the Wild Wolf King. But he won't be foolish enough to wait for a refresh, for him time is money. As you progress further, upgrading requires more experience, and the usefulness of low-level monsters will only decrease. Let's go to the Wildcat Forest. Ah! Mo Qingxue was still immersed in the shock of the fireball and the joy of being promoted to level 5 just now. Upon hearing Gu Chang'e's words, he immediately realized. Okay. Ah, Wildcat Forest. However, she also hesitated a bit because Wildcat Forest is one of the most dangerous places for beginner dungeons. The minimum level for welcoming feline monsters inside is also 10, while dungeons only take 24 hours, and the fastest upgrade in previous years was only 6 levels. Even if it's a team collaboration, it's impossible to kill the Phantom Cat Demon. In addition, the boss Phantom Elvis of Wildcat Forest is also one of the 5 bosses in novice dungeons. Killing not only breaks records, but also provides special rewards. And what Gu Chang'e wants is this special reward. After hesitating for a moment, Mo Qingxue quickly realized. There are hundreds of fireball spells available, so there's nothing to worry about. Arriving at the Wildcat Forest, Gu Chang'e didn't talk nonsense and went straight down with hundreds of fireballs. The Wildcat Forest transforms into a sea of fire, and experience points continuously increase. Mo Qingxue has become numb and now she is very suspicious. Gu Chang'e is definitely a hidden mage profession. Meow. Just then, a piercing cry suddenly sounded. In the Wildcat Forest, a red-eyed black cat climbed up a tree and roared at the 2 people in the air, with its 2 tails hidden under the leaves. Phantom Elvis, leader, level 13, health 310, introduction. Assassin in the dark, this is a hot-tempered guy. Now that you have killed her people, be careful of her revenge. Skill. Shadow Cat Claw. Gu Chang'e was taken aback, seeing for the first time that the skill was actually hidden. However, this is also normal. Most bosses and powerful monster leaders in the wild are difficult to detect. He hasn't learned any relevant skills, so he can't tell. Elvis Presley's health is not high, but her damage is indeed terrifying. Meow. With a meow, Phantom Elvis suddenly appeared in the air, only 2 or 3 meters away from the two of them. Gu Chang'e, be careful. Fireball technique. Mo Qingshue's face changed greatly, while Gu Chang'e remained calm and composed, with dozens of huge fireballs appearing above the head of Phantom Elvis. No matter how fast it is, it cannot escape and is instantly killed in seconds. Gu Chang'e, you react so quickly. Mo Qingxue breathed a sigh of relief and instinctively leaned towards the side. Meow. Suddenly, an unpleasant cry rang out again. A ripple rippled in the air, and the dead phantom cat demon appeared in front of them just now. Sharp black claws grabbed Mo Qingshue's face, almost within reach. However, at this moment, a transparent layer of water enveloped them. This is obviously due to Mo Qingshue's equipment being passive. Pop. However, after only holding on for less than half a second, the water wave instantly shattered. Phantom Elvis has very little health, but it is one of the most terrifying bosses in dungeons because of its incredibly terrifying attacks. It can be said that a professional who undergoes a second turn will lose at least half of their health as long as they are touched. Gu Chang'e, hurry up and leave. Mo Qingshue's face turned pale, and her hands couldn't help but tremble. Don't be afraid, I'm here. Gu Chang'e grabbed her hand with his right hand, and a warm sensation came, making her face look much better. He held an iron sword in his left hand, with a faint smile on the corner of his mouth. Slash. Chapter 6. 40-meter-long sword. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Slash. Gu Chang'e swung his sword with his left hand, swift and fierce. A white light streaked through the air, shattering Elvis Presley's body in half. .344 iron sword triggers quadruple damage and instantly kills the Phantom Demon King with one strike. Ding dong, congratulations on successfully killing Phantom Elvis, experience plus 198. The experience of level 13 monsters is usually close to 100, but because they are small bosses, they can double their experience directly. Gu Chang'e, you are a warrior. Mo Qingshue's mind flashed with the sword just now, her eyes filled with shock. Kill level 13 leader level monsters with just one sword, even level 13 warriors cannot do it. And Gu Chang'e is only at level 7. This is too outrageous, I'm not a warrior. Gu Chang'e shook her head, wanting to pick up what the cat demon had exposed, but found that her right hand was tightly held. You forgot, I'm a scattered person. Also, can we let go now? Ah. Feeling the warmth in her hand, Mo Qingsue panicked and quickly released her hand. It's not me, it's you who took the initiative to catch me just now. Right, you're right. Gu Chang'e nodded repeatedly, and now all he could see was what the cat demon had dropped. Whirlwind Slash. First level skill, casting the whirlwind sword causes twice the strength damage and increases attack speed by 10%. This is a warrior's skill, but it is a relatively rare one. Without any hesitation, he directly used all things to enlighten. Whirlwind Slash hidden attribute. Skill range * 1000%. Gu Chang'e was momentarily taken aback, and then immediately realized. He hasn't tried Whirlwind Slash, but it should be 1 or 2 meters long. If you double 10 times, that means at least 10 or 20 meters. Is he meowing? Let you run 39 meters first, and I'll use a 40-meter machete. Pushy. Thinking of those flashy pictures from his past life, Gu Chang'e couldn't help but laugh. This skill is good, this hidden attribute loser. It really suits his taste. Not only long, but also high in damage. Gu Changa, why did Elvis Presley come back to life when you had already killed him? Thinking of the scene just now, Mo Qingshue's face was full of doubts. Elvis Presley's talent, dual life rebirth, with a second life. What a terrible skill. If it weren't for you, I would have been eliminated. Looking at Gu Changa's face, Mo Qingxue seemed to have something different in her eyes. Ding dong, your team has become the only professional in this instance to kill Phantom Elvis and receive a special reward. Agility +5. Hidden attributes activated, reward *10, agility point +50. Ah. Special rewards can also activate hidden attributes, which Gu Changa never expected. But upon careful consideration, it's normal, after all, anything can activate hidden attributes. It seems that this talent is even more abnormal than he imagined, perhaps what he is currently touching is just a drop in the bucket. We must kill all the other leaders now. There are 5 bosses in the beginner dungeon who can receive special rewards. Welcome Elvis corresponds to agility, and those 4 correspond to other attributes. Go, 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 go. It has been almost 6 hours now, and Gu Changa can't waste any more time. Okay. Mo Qingxue was also very excited. Although she didn't take action just now, she also received a special reward of 3 points of agility. Afterwards, the two quickly arrived at the territory of the Earth Bear King, who was a leader with 15 levels and no small monsters. There is defense and attack, but the speed is slower. It can be said that unless it is a joint effort of several level 18 players, don't try to kill them. Whirlwind Slash. With a 40-meter-long sword, the entire forest was almost split in half. 516 The triple damage of Iron Sword, combined with twice the critical strike of Whirlwind Slash, deals over 500 damage with just one strike. However, the Earth Bear King's defense is really strong, and he hasn't even died yet. It doesn't matter, if one sword can't solve it, then 2 swords. Anyway, with a 40-meter-long sword, the Earth Bear King couldn't even touch him. In less than 5 minutes, successfully solved the Earth Bear King. Mo Qingxue was completely dumbfounded, with a 40-meter-long sword. Is this something that a casual person can do? He has also seen many second-turn warriors, and it seems that he hasn't even considered the power of Changa's sword. Is this really a scattered person? Earth Armor, Quality. Silver, Usage Level, 5, Introduction. Armor transformed by the power of the earth, defense +10. Hidden attribute. Earth Guardian, activated defense +100, duration 10 minutes, CD. 12 hours. Looking at the exposed equipment, Gu Changa was somewhat disappointed. The hidden attributes this time are a bit mediocre. It can't be said that they are not as powerful, but obviously they are not as abnormal as before. However, it is also normal, after all, it is impossible for hidden attributes to be so abnormal every time. We still need to find some high-quality equipment. Ding dong, your team becomes the only professional in this instance to kill the Earth Bear King and receive a special reward. Strength +5. Hidden attribute activation, special reward *10, strength +50. To his surprise, the hidden attributes this time were also 10 times rewarded. He guessed that the next special reward should be around. After a brief tidying up, he rushed to the next leader with Mo Qingxue, who was already shrouded in circles. Principal, do you think our students can break the record this time? Outside the dungeon, the teaching director felt his round belly and was still looking forward to it. Although the overall performance of this class of students is average, they have developed 2 rare professions and 1 special profession, and their performance is also considered good. I guess it's enough. Although Mo Qingxue is a special profession, the damage dealt by Bright Mage in the early stages is not enough, and leveling up is not as fast. Fire mages in Seikong battle have high initial damage, and their fireball spells also have 50% more damage bonus than regular mages. It is said that they also have a golden staff. I feel like level 5 is similar, it's unlikely to break the record. The highest record for beginner dungeons in Wuzhong was reaching level 6 within 24 hours, which was more than 20 years ago. That guy broke many records in Qingshan City and caused a great sensation, but now no one can break them. Now this is already a 5-turn Death Knight, the leader of a 4th-level guild. It takes decades for Qingshan City to produce such a top talent. What about Gu Chang'e? The teaching director couldn't help but mention this academic bully. He was very optimistic about it at the time. It's just a scattered person, at most 3 levels, probably 2 levels. If you give up on yourself, it's level 1. Whoosh! At this moment, the secret realm panel in front of several people suddenly lit up with a blue light. What? Li Mu and all the teachers rubbed against each other and stood up. Elvis Presley has been killed, how could this be? Chapter 7. 1 knife second. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Looking at the signs on the panel, Li Mu and others fell into a daze. Only when the 5 bosses are killed will there be such a reminder, and the blue light is the hallmark of Phantom Elvis. But how could this be? That's a leader at level 13. The last time the record was broken was more than 20 years ago when that big shot led several talented students to join forces and kill, and it was in the last 10 minutes of the end of the dungeon. It caused a great sensation throughout Qingshan City. But only a few hours have passed now, and the Phantom Elvis has been killed. How could this be possible? Let's see how long it took. A few people hurriedly looked at the recording panel, and then they all froze. Phantom Elvis records. Second place. Wei Tian, took 5 hours, 13 minutes, and 28 seconds, number of people. 5 first place. Gu Chang'e, took 3 minutes and 13 seconds, number of people. 2 what? Li Mu and the others all stood up in one go, looking at the data on the panel. Take a look at me, I'll take a look at you. Principal, is this Gu Chang'e from our school? I don't know. Li Mu's brain was blank, and as he looked at the time spent, he suddenly felt that the world was too unreal. Now this 5-turn tycoon, more than 20 years ago, joined forces with many geniuses and took 5 hours to barely kill Elvis Presley. But now, you tell him that someone broke this record in 3 minutes. And this person is a scattered person. Ha ha ha, calm down, calm down. Li Mu took a deep breath and sat down trembling. Didn't you see it was 2 people? It must have been Mo Qingxue or Seikong Zhan who brought Gu Chang'e along. Yes, yes, the principal is right. A few people forced a smile, even though they knew it was impossible. Because the name that appears on the panel must be the absolute mainstay. Whoosh! A few people had just sat down when a yellow light lit up on the dungeon panel again. What? Earth Bear King. Before their buttocks warmed up, a few people stood up with a jerk. Seeing the record on the panel, I almost knelt down immediately. Record of the Earth Bear King first place. Gu Chang'e, time 4 minutes and 34 seconds, number of people. 2, Gudong. Li Mu supported the table, his eyes becoming incredibly complex. The record of the Earth Bear King, even the current 5-turn master, has never achieved it. But now Gu Chang'e only used 4 minutes, is this really a joke? The key is that in just a few hours, according to previous year's data, it will quickly reach level 3 or 4. How could it be possible to kill the Earth Bear King? Everyone, don't panic. We'll know when the long song comes out. You guys watch first, I'll go change my pants. Outside the forest, Gu Chang'e smiled and looked at Mo Qingxue. Are you ready? I'm ready. Mo Qingxue clenched her fists, her face flushed, and she looked very nervous. In less than 20 hours, she has already reached level 13. During this period, she was completely convinced by Gu Chang'e. The two bosses, Poisonous Spider and Rock Armor Turtle, are no different from the little monsters in front of Gu Chang'e. But this is the Tree Demon Queen. I haven't heard of anyone killing in Qingshan City for 100 years. This time, it's very likely to witness history. Compared to her, Gu Chang'e is much more calm. He held an iron sword in his left hand, a deep blue staff in his right hand, and a large sword on his back. He wore earth armor and had a resolute gaze. The big knife is a silver-quality ghost shadow knife that kills highly poisonous spiders and can sustain poison damage. Hiding attributes is quite common, with a 0.5% chance of triggering a flash sale. As long as it's below 2 rotations, it can be instantly killed. The rock armor giant turtle unleashed a silver shield with ordinary hidden attributes. It was useless just for defense plus 5 points. 20 hours have passed, and he has reached level 16. Of course, it won't take him so long to kill a few bosses. Mainly because it has been used on the road for too long, although Mo Qingshue's flying props can lead people to fly, their speed will also decrease significantly. It seems like we need to quickly develop a flying skill or item. I don't know what hidden attributes can be activated. While thinking, he looked towards the attribute panel. Gu Chang'e, Occupation. Individual, Level 16, Constitution. 243 Magic. 195, Agility. 235, Power. 239, Wisdom. 228, Skills. Fireball, Whirlwind Slash. Equipment. Deep Blue Staff, Starry Tears, Ghost Shadow Blade. Kill the 4 major leaders and obtain 50 attributes each. So besides magic, all 4 other attributes have reached a terrifying 220 points. It can be said that the attributes of a second-time professional are not as luxurious as his. Now there are only 4 hours left. If he wants to reach level 18, he must kill the last boss, the Tree Demon Queen, in order to do so. This is also one of the strongest bosses in beginner dungeons. Let's go. Patting Mo Qingshue's shoulder, the two of them cautiously reached the sky above the forest. There are no small monsters here, only the Tree Demon Queen as the boss. Whoosh! As soon as they entered the forest, a branch of a large tree entwined with the two people. Whoosh! Swinging a 40-meter-long knife casually, dozens of big trees instantly shattered, and the ground oozed crimson blood. Gu Chang'e did not relax, it was just a clone of the Tree Demon Queen. To be precise, the Tree Demon Queen can control hundreds of trees here, and her main body is buried hundreds of meters underground, making it really difficult to kill. Ha ha ha, it's been a long time since the foolish guy came. Are you here to die? Crazy smiles appeared on the big trees one by one, and this scene alone made people's scalp tingle. Tree Demon Queen, Boss, Level 18, HP, 10,000, Description. She is a slightly mentally abnormal person who spends most of her time going crazy, but who knew she was once a great pioneer of the Tree Spirit Clan. Skills. Tree Demon Parasitism, Tingman Entanglement, Tree Demon Domain. I'll go, 10,000 blood. Seeing this amount of blood, Gu Chang'e couldn't help roast. Even the rock-armored giant turtle, the old bastard, only has 8,000 health, but his defense is also very strong. The defense of the Tree Demon Queen may not be as terrifying, but her attacks cannot be underestimated, even if he is very abnormal. Whoosh! Hundreds of branches rushed towards them at the same time, and Gu Chang'e bounced up and landed directly on a large tree. You protect yourself. After speaking, hundreds of fireballs fell from the sky. Whirlwind Slash. Immediately after, the 40-meter-long sword shattered countless trees. However, with no eggs, these attacks did not damage the body of the Tree Demon Queen, and did not cause any health loss. That is to say, if he wants to kill the tree demon queen, he must first solve this forest. Fireball technique. In an instant, thousands of fireballs fell from the sky, and most forests were engulfed by the sea of fire. But his magic was suddenly reduced to only 1/3. The sun shines brightly. Mo Qingxue in the sky recited a spell, and the sunlight shone on him, causing his magic to quickly recover. That's why he brought Mo Qingxue in, which can help him quickly return to the demon. The branch wanted to entangle Mo Qingxue, but there was no need to bring Gu Chang'e. She flew very fast, and the branch had no way to deal with her. Come on, fireball. There are thousands of fireballs again, and this time the true form of the tree demon queen has appeared. 7 or 8 meters tall, with green branches all over my body. I'm going to kill you. The surrounding trees rose from the ground and turned into large swords, heading towards Gu Chang'e. Humph, it's you waiting. Whirlwind slash. The double damage of the whirlwind slash also triggers the triple damage of the iron sword, with damage approaching 2000. The 40-meter-long sword instantly shattered everything in front of it. At the same time, Gu Chang'e was also moving and jumping between the big trees, his figure constantly flickering. With over 200 agility, his speed is even faster than that of a second-level assassin. In less than 2 seconds, he arrived at the tree demon queen. Slash. Throw the sword with your left hand to change it and stab it directly at the center of the tree demon queen's eyebrows. Thousands of fireballs fell again, attracting the attention of the tree demon queen. Ding dong, congratulations on successfully killing the tree demon queen, experience value plus 3000. Chapter 8. Level 18 in a day. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ah. Does this trigger a 0.5% chance of a must-kill? Looking at the body of the tree demon queen, Gu Chang'e felt a bit confused. According to his original plan, he was preparing to swing the knife several hundred times at the fastest speed, to see if he could trigger a flash sale. After all, the tree demon queen is indeed difficult to kill. Unexpectedly, just one cut would take seconds. His massive experience instantly elevated him to level 17, even almost reaching 18. This is because the tree demon queen has over 100 clones, and they also provide experience. Undoubtedly the strongest boss. Ding dong, your team successfully killed the tree demon queen and received a special reward. Magic plus 5. Hidden attributes activated, reward *10, magic points plus 50. Not paying too much attention to the special rewards, Gu Chang'e looked at the white light on the ground. Tengman Tentacles, Skill Level. Second level, you are the natural elf who controls the power of wood, and endless vines will regard you as the king. Second level skills. Gu Chang'e's heart was filled with joy. The skills were divided into 9 levels, and the higher the level, the stronger the power. Generally speaking, second-level skills can only be learned by second-level professionals. Moreover, this Tengman Tentacle is still a rare second-level skill that requires higher demands from professionals. Of course, there are exceptions to everything. Generally speaking, the attribute of intelligence determines skill learning. And his intelligence point is over 200, much stronger than a second-time professional, so he can naturally learn this skill. The enlightenment of all things. Ding dong, Tengman's tentacle hidden attribute has been successfully activated. Hidden attribute. Tengman's tentacles can split infinitely under the protection of mysterious powers. He was momentarily taken aback, and then immediately realized. Quickly learning the skill, he lightly waved his right hand and a slender Tengman appeared in front of him. Split. Subsequently, the vine split into 2. This is not a big deal, the Tengman tentacle skill can already split. But at most it's only about 100, but he can split infinitely. That is to say, as long as the magic is enough. He can even work with Tengman, including the entire Qingshan city and even Donghai province. This This is the divine level hidden attribute, right? Gu Chang'e didn't try again. After all, Mo Qingxue was still nearby. This is Ting Man's tentacle. Even so, Mo Qingxue was surprised. As the daughter of the city lord, her knowledge is naturally very impressive. Gu Chang'e, you have actually learned a second-level skill. You are definitely not an individual. You must be a hidden profession. Are you a divine inheritor? Mo Qingxue widened her eyes and couldn't help but imagine some great figures of gods in her mind. In hidden professions, there is one of the most unique and even the most powerful beings. That is the inheritor of gods, whose profession is directly related to gods. As long as they practice step by step, they have a great chance of becoming gods above the 9 transformations. And all aspects of attributes and skills completely overwhelm ordinary professionals. Although Gu Chang'e is just a scattered person, he possesses incredible power. Mo Qingxue felt that there could only be one reason to explain it, which was that he was the inheritor of the gods. Gu Chang'e was taken aback for a moment. He was not a divine inheritor. You overthink it, I'm just an ordinary individual. It can activate hidden attributes, and the inheritor of gods may not be as strong as him. Alright, stop daydreaming. There are only a few hours left, let's hurry up and brush off the monsters. Okay. In the last few hours, Gu Chang'e quickly wiped out all the wild monsters. He also successfully rose to level 18, and although Mo Qingxue is still at level 15, she is already very satisfied. You can switch jobs now. After you leave, go to the temple. He is really looking forward to whether the new talent will activate hidden attributes after transformation. The white light flickered, and all the people in the dungeon disappeared without a trace. On the square, Li Mu and his companions supported each other, and their legs became weak. Flipping through the records on the replica panel, they didn't know if they should be happy anymore. All 5 bosses were killed, and the strongest tree demon queen only took 10 minutes. If you say you killed a boss, they must be ecstatic. But all 5 bosses were killed, and it's such an outrageous record. It's still Gu Chang'e, this individual, who did it. All of this makes them feel extremely unreal. Whoosh! At this moment, all the students came out one by one. But they didn't care at all, their eyes fixed on the exit. There is only one person in my mind, and that is Gu Chang'e. Wow, look! Sikong Battle is level 6. I heard that he led a team to kill a wild wolf, truly deserving of being a flame mage. He is really strong. Listening to what others were saying, Sikong Zhan couldn't help but curl his lips. He's the first genius. If Mo Qingxue saw him, she would probably love him so much. Thinking about it, he was overjoyed. Walking up to the principal, he proudly lifted his head. Principal, I'm at level 6. Li Mu nodded slightly, his gaze still focused on the exit. It's level 6. Sikong Zhan was taken aback, did the principal hear it wrong? This is level 6, which is already the best result in decades at number 5 middle school. Why doesn't the principal praise him? Got it, you go down. Principal, I'm at level 6, it's level 6. Li Mu is a bit impatient, level 6, 6 heads. Got it. Amazing, amazing. He casually waved his hand and saw Mo Qingxue at the exit, his eyes lit up instantly. Level 15. What? Level 15. Everyone was stunned and rubbed their eyes, almost thinking they had misread. Level 15. Sleeping Trough, Mo School Flower is also so amazing, it's even level 15. This is definitely the first genius in Qingshan City, it's too strong. Li Mu also fell into contemplation, is it Mo Qingxue who brought Gu Chang'e? The name recorded on the panel is clearly Gu Chang'e. Just then, Gu Chang'e came out and he quickly looked over. Level 18. In an instant, he understood everything. It's not that Mo Qingxue brought Gu Chang'e, but that Gu Chang'e brought Mo Qingxue flying. Don't be fooled by the difference of 3 levels between level 18 and level 15, but the gap between them is even greater than level 1 to level 15. Level 18, this is now available for transfer. It seems like he only woke up yesterday. Level 18 in a day. Li Mu suddenly felt that the records on the panel seemed normal. After all, even achieving level 18 for a day doesn't seem strange to be able to kill the 5 bosses. Others naturally noticed this scene, and at this point they couldn't even speak. The fastest upgrade among them is only level 6 in Seikong battle. Now there is an additional level 18, which is completely overwhelming. As for the Seikong battle, he had already quietly dodged to the side. He finally understood why the principal had that kind of reaction. Nonsense, with Gu Chang'e at level 18, his level 6 is considered a yarn. Turns out the clown was actually me. Chapter 9. The Rich Woman's 5 Million. You are listening at novelfull.audio. You can transfer now. On the second day of the awakening ceremony at home. Yesterday caused a huge sensation at school, but Gu Chang'e didn't care. Just a simple greeting to Mo Qingxue before leaving. Although Principal Li Mu was very enthusiastic, he did not speak up. After all, after awakening, he won't have much contact with the school either. There are certainly universities in this world, but they are different from their past lives. University is not that important, students have more choices after awakening. Universities, guilds, or various group forces, as long as they have talent and potential, can go anywhere they want. Even many guilds are more popular than universities. Of course, competition in guilds is much more intense than in universities. There is no college entrance examination in this world, but there are still assessments, and each city is different. Qingshan City is a 7-school joint examination, and some universities, guilds, and major forces will send people to investigate. Although Gu Chang'e doesn't have much expectation for going to college, he still has to participate in these 7-school joint exams, which can be considered as multiple opportunities. What he needs to do now is to transfer his job as soon as possible, and only after the transfer can he continue to be promoted. And he is curious and looking forward to whether there are any hidden attributes in the talent after the transformation. Gu Chang'e, thank you very much this time. It's a small gesture, don't refuse. Just as I was about to leave, Jika uploaded a message about Mo Qingxue. 5 million. Seeing the number of transfers, Gu Chang'e was also scared. 5 million is enough to buy a piece of golden equipment. Many families in Qingshan City may not necessarily have so much money. However, he did not refuse either. After all, if calculated strictly, he would have promoted Mo Qingxue to level 15, and 5 million is not much. Just right, you can buy some equipment and skills. Although his attack is strong, his means are still too few. Besides, being able to activate hidden attributes means not having to learn more skills. And skills are quite expensive. In the Lord's mansion, Mo Qingxue looked at the extraordinary middle-aged man in front of her, with a hint of worry on her face. Dad, would he be angry if he gave 5 million directly? Mo Shuping smiled slightly and said, "What's wrong with you? You're not trying to take care of him. Besides, it's you who gave him money. I haven't seen anyone else who doesn't want to give money to. That 5 million is a bit too much, I'm afraid he thinks my motivation is impure." What are you afraid of? Your motives are inherently impure. We are investing in advance, there's nothing to hide, and it's not a bad thing. Mo Shuping looked serious and said, "Shuer, although your profession is very good, it is destined that you will not be the absolute main battle in the future. You will still be more supportive. You need to learn how to invest. If what you're saying is true, then this Gu Chang'e must have an infinite future. Besides, what about scattered people? All professions are created by humans, even if they are hidden professions. Some people are just a pile of shit. Even if he is not a divine inheritor, based on his current potential and strength, he will at least undergo for transformations in the future. What's 5 million? If it weren't for scaring him, I would give him 50 million directly. No, 500 million. Besides, you have even advanced to level 15, and we are not at a loss at all. Mo Qingxue nodded and said, Dad, I understand. It's good if you understand. If there's a chance, you can have more contact with this kid. But, Mo Shuping suddenly paused, it can only be a matter of friendship. I know, I'm not that stupid. Gu Chang'e didn't know that he had brushed past 5 billions, but at this moment he seemed to have encountered a little trouble. You are Gu Chang'e, right? Just as he walked downstairs, a bald man stopped him. I am, are you? The man showed a standard fake smile without disdain, appearing very polite. Let me introduce myself. I am Han Tao, the vice president of the first guild in Qingshan City and the Deep Blue Guild, responsible for recruiting new members. I came this time hoping that you would join us. We can provide you with all the resources you need to go to San Juan, and once you become San Juan, you will be eligible to serve as vice president and become a top figure in Qingshan City. The conditions are quite tempting, although the 3 transformations are not high, it is actually a level that 95% of professionals cannot achieve in their lifetime. However, Gu Chang'e remained calm and said, what are the conditions? During the guild period, it is necessary to comply with the guild's arrangements, pay 30% of all profits obtained, and stay in the guild for at least 10 years after becoming a 3-turn. Strictly speaking, this condition was not particularly harsh, but he was not impressed. In fact, there are very few top talents in Qingshan City who join local guilds. Because this place is too small, the strongest Deep Blue Guild is only level 3, and the strongest one only has 4 turns. When these top talents first awaken, who wouldn't be willing to stay in such a small place if their eyes were not the sea of stars? Of course, there are also some top talents who are discouraged after going out, and they will come back to join these guilds, and there are also many. Sorry, I don't have that idea at the moment. Gu Chang'e politely refused and then prepared to leave. However, the smile on the man's face disappeared in an instant. Gu Chang'e, you wouldn't think you were a genius as a scattered person, would you? You're a bit lucky to be able to reach level 18 in one day. However, a scattered person is a scattered person who has no potential or future. If it were you, I would definitely choose to join the Deep Blue Guild now. This is your last and only chance. No need. Gu Chang'e shook his head, too lazy to pay attention to the bald man. Gu Chang'e, you will definitely regret today's choice in the future. It's not that easy for a simple individual to want to change jobs. The man had a disdainful expression on his face. If it weren't for hearing that Gu Chang'e had been promoted to level 18 in a day, he would have been too lazy to admit useless individuals. Nervous. Gu Chang'e only felt unlucky and quickly walked to the transfer temple. Without a doubt, this is definitely one of the most important places in Qingshan City. Welcome to the Temple of Transfer, do you want to take a second transfer? The receptionist's eyes lit up when she saw Gu Chang'e. Good handsome guy, it seems like he has just awakened and is about to switch jobs so soon. It must be a young master from some family. Yes. Okay, please follow me. This is the ground for the second round. After entering, you will be randomly assigned a job transfer task. Good luck. Gu Chang'e nodded and walked into the room without hesitation. A magic circle instantly enveloped him, and then a job transfer mission appeared. Second round mission. Journey to the Dark Dungeon, completing the difficulty level of the Dungeon of Goblin Dungeon in Purgatory, requires a time of no more than 2 hours. Difficulty 7 stars. Hiss. Seeing this task, even if he had been mentally prepared, he couldn't help but feel surprised. Although job transfer tasks are random, they also follow a pattern. Generally speaking, the more unique a profession is and the stronger its combat effectiveness, the more difficult the task becomes. The difficulty level ranges from 1 to 7 stars, and he didn't even have his first job transfer, so the task difficulty was already full. Even if he is confident, he still needs to prepare well. Go buy some equipment and skills. Chapter 10. Job Transfer Tasks, Data Seeking. You are listening at novelfull.audio. It's really dark, it's too expensive. Gu Changde felt a pang of pain as he looked at the skills and equipment in his hand. The Tianlong Chamber of Commerce controls over half of the resources in Qingshan City. It is said that throwing a stone on the street is the business of this Chamber of Commerce. He was originally planning to buy some powerful skills, but found that scarce skills were not sold at all. After all, skills are in short supply, especially high-level skills, which are almost instantly available. Even if there is something for sale, he cannot buy it. So he bought some common basic skills. Assassins, mages, and warriors are all present. Although it's cheap, it's a large quantity, and it cost 1 million just for skills. Money is really not enough to spend. As for the equipment, he is not really lacking at the moment. However, the iron sword is only a black iron equipment, and it has worn out, so it is not enough. He spent another 500,000 yuan to buy a silver long sword, the Qingfeng sword, which can accelerate his sword swinging speed. I spent 700,000 yuan to buy silver equipment and wind chasing boots to accelerate my running speed. In the end, I spent over 1 million yuan to buy various potions, such as enchanting potions and healing potions. These things are really expensive, but there's nothing I can do. They are essential items and I can't help but buy them. That's it, he didn't feel like he had bought much yet. He spent almost 5 million yuan. It can only be said that the things of professionals are really expensive. When he returned home, he naturally activated the hidden attributes of everything. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's a bit of a backer, but not a single one has gone viral. Of course, it cannot be said bad either. Just like the first level skill light spirit technique, which activates a hidden attribute with 3 times the duration. Wind chasing boots, speed asterisk 300%. These hidden attributes are already very powerful. If it were someone else, even if they could only get one, they would probably have gone crazy long ago. However, Gu Changde still wants to play some pervert. After carefully tidying up and practicing some skill combinations, he arrived at the dungeon hall. Qingshan City is just a small city, with less than 100 dungeons in total, and only nearly 10 secret realms. Goblin Dungeon is also quite famous because the difficulty of this dungeon is relatively high, and there is also a purgatory difficulty. The difficulty level of dungeons is generally divided into simple, normal, difficult, nightmare, and legendary impossible purgatory. Most dungeons only have 3 levels. Simple, normal, and difficult, with a few having nightmares. As for purgatory, it is even rarer. So, Goblin Dungeon is still very famous. Only under 2 turns can a team of up to 5 people take on the challenge. For decades, countless people have attempted to overcome the difficulty of purgatory, but unfortunately have never succeeded. The best record today is just over 20 years ago when there was a genius who cleared the nightmare difficulty level, taking 6 hours. Challenge Goblin Dungeon on a simple difficulty level. Without any hesitation, Gu Changde directly began the challenge. To challenge the difficulty of purgatory, he needs to first clear the previous level. Of course, simple difficulty can be skipped directly. Generally speaking, this difficulty level is the weakest level 18 that can be passed, but the rewards are pitifully low. Unfortunately, not even a single piece of equipment can explode. Almost every day, people challenge Goblin Dungeons, so his appearance did not attract much attention. At most, it's because I'm too young to be looked at by others. Spending 500 yuan to buy a pass token, Gu Chang'e walked directly into the teleportation array. Whoosh! In a moment of darkness, he felt like he had arrived at an underground city. The surroundings were dim, and a dozen pairs of bright red eyes suddenly appeared. Goblin, level 13, ugly and weak monster, you can't even kill him. Why don't you go sell your butt? The goblins in the dungeon are not strong, mainly because there are too many. To pass the level, you must enter the palace as soon as possible and reach out to kill the Goblin King, otherwise you will be consumed to death. Therefore, assassins are the majority who challenge dungeons. However, this is not a problem for Gu Chang'e. Human, go up. A dozen goblins walked out of the darkness and charged towards him with broken sticks. Man tentacles. He experimented with the power of new skills instead of using fireball techniques. Dozens of vines emerged from the ground and instantly penetrated all the goblins. Ding dong, you have successfully killed Goblin, level 13, with an experience of plus 65. Unfortunately, he didn't have the money to switch jobs, and these experiences were of no use to him. In that case, let's clear the level as soon as possible. He doesn't have much hope for explosive equipment. After all, it's just a normal difficulty level. Release the light spirit technique, coupled with the wind-chasing boots, and transform into a lingering shadow moving towards the depths of the palace. Along the way, countless Man effortlessly killed each goblin, which can be said to be unobstructed. Lucky enough, 2 pieces of equipment exploded, but unfortunately they were both made of bronze. Although it may not be useful, activating hidden attributes can still sell for a considerable amount of money. Soon he arrived at the deepest palace in the dungeon, where nearly 100 goblin guards and goblin archers were already on standby. They are much stronger than the peripheral goblins, with a minimum of level 15. Especially the goblins' archers, all at level 16, and all skilled archers. Hundreds of arrows appeared in all directions at the same time, making it impossible to avoid them. But he never thought of avoiding it either. Let's bloom. As soon as he finished speaking, the vines around him rapidly grew and split. In less than a second, tens of thousands of vines occupied the entire palace, and all the goblins were pierced through. Even the disdainful Goblin King on the throne had more than 10 vines inserted into his body, and he was instantly killed at level 18. Ding dong, congratulations on successfully killing the Goblin King. Clearing the dungeon of Goblin Dungeon on normal difficulty takes 15 minutes and 13 seconds. Ding dong, congratulations on successfully setting a new record and receiving a special reward of agility plus 5. Listening to the sound of the system, Gu Chang'e didn't react much. 5 points of agility is considered very good, at least besides upgrading, it is very difficult for normal professionals to add extra points. After all, this is not a temporary bonus like equipment, but a permanent one. It is said that treasures that can be permanently added points, even if they can only add 1 point, are at least over 5 million yuan or even more expensive outside. Subsequently, he used all things enlightenment to activate the hidden attributes of special rewards. Added 6 more points of strength, it's pretty good. At this moment, a burst of white light suddenly lit up on the display panel of the dungeon hall, attracting the attention of many people. Look, there's a new record in Goblin Dungeon. No way, let's see what difficulty it is. I remember there hasn't been a new record in 5 or 6 years, right? Who's so fierce? Unfortunately, it's just a normal difficulty level. If it's difficult, it would be even more severe. Some people didn't pay much attention, and there were indeed many people who passed the level with normal difficulty. No, look. At this moment, someone suddenly noticed something was wrong. Goblin Dungeon, normal difficulty, first place. Gu Qiu, single player, takes 15 minutes and 13 seconds. Second place. Deep Blue Guild Winter Team, 5 people, lasting 1 hour and 09 minutes. What? P.S. The first day's 10 updates have been completed. Looking for data and flowers, the preliminary data is really important. If you like it, please also send some free flowers, so that the author has greater motivation to update. Flowers are free. If you need data, you need to pay at least 5 changes per day. If there is enough data, you can pay more.